this is Lynn from Spheric Reptiles. Today we're going to be showing you an easy DIY reptile hides. But today we just need the balloons, the tray, and the Great Stuff spray. So we've already blowed up the balloons and taped them together for the size of the hide that we want for our reptile. And I've already cut the hole for the entrance for the hide for the other reptile. The Great Stuff, make sure that you shake it up really good. Make sure that your attachment's on there well. And just start. Make sure all my sides are covered good. Okay, so now that I've got this one completely coated, I'm going to move over to our plastic container, which we got from Walmart for like $5 for a set of 5 of them. And I'll get started on it, and I will make sure to cover from the bottom all the way up. When this stuff dries, we're going to be able to cut it, shape it. I think I've got everything covered. It takes about 24 hours for this to dry. Once it does, then we will come back and start the other part of the project.
All right, guys, so Lynn had to step away. She unfortunately got some great stuff on her hands. So that's one of the things that I need to really warn you guys about is using gloves with the great stuff or just spraying it and not touching it. Let it dry and then you can carve the mold. So I'll be finishing this up. And what I'm going to be doing now is I'll be carving out the shape of the rocks. I'm going to leave the hide inside of this one while I carve it. And so, hey, let's just get to work. So as you can see, I got it all carved out. Pop this out so that I can go ahead and make my cave hole. It should make a mold on the inside of it too. So you can see where I popped this out, and now I got this hole on it to smooth it out so that it sits flush on the ground, because the Great Stuff actually was you know, it rises up, it bubbles out and all that other stuff. So I'll go ahead and smooth it out or level it off. I want to make the hole here, and I'm probably going to have to carve out some of that as well since I cut into the mold. So let's see. Now you can see it's kind of porous, but I'm going to fill all of this in with grout so it'll sit like that in the enclosure. And you can see how I have it all shaped. Like I got the hole here, I carved out a little bit more on the inside so that the animal can go inside, and this will have a rock texture. So I'm going to clean this stuff up, guys, and then I'll shape this one as well with the balloons, and we'll get right back to it. Now you can see the finished product. You know, so some of the latex balloon is still in there. Just try to get as much of that out. But, you know, you can see the form of it. This is going in our bearded dragon enclosure, and this will go into one of the snake enclosures for a hide. It's got a rock shape to it, you know, and hopefully it'll add some enrichment to their lives. The next part is the mixing of the grout. So what I have is I have a pitcher of water. I got some grout that I picked up from Lowe's. This is just regular sand colored grout. And then I have a drill with a mixing attachment on it so that I can mix it up in this bucket that I also picked up from Lowe's. I think this was like $5. I think this grout was about 13 to 14 bucks, I'm guessing. Of course, the pitcher, but this attachment, I forgot how much this was, but it's pretty inexpensive as well. It's just a drill attachment for paint. So, all right, guys, let me go ahead and add this in. And you want to add enough to cover all of that up, but you don't want to add too much because then the grout will start to dry. So. now I got that in there. And I'll add the water. Now you just mix it up like cake. So now I have that done. And now all I have to do is paint this onto my hides on the inside and out. So I have my paintbrush. So as you can see, I've coated this with the grout on the outside. It's completely covered inside and out. So what I'm going to do is sit this one to the side, and I will finish the smaller hide, and then I'll just show you the finished products from this point. And that way you have something to measure by. But this paint is more of a, it's like a very thick gravy is the texture of it. So let me finish that next step, and I'll be right back with you. And here's how the hides look after they've been covered with grout. See, the insides are covered. The outsides are covered. And what we will do now is we will just let them dry for 24 hours, and then the next step will be for the paint. All right, guys, so now it's been 24 hours, and we can see that both of the hides that we made are completely dry. The knock on them. They're just made out of foam, so they're still kind of fragile at this point. So what I'll be doing now is painting them. That's why I got the deli cup in the instructions. And so the first thing I'll do is I'll take this black and just squirt it in there. I'm going to add just a little bit of water to it to thin it out. And use the bamboo skewer to mix it up. What I'll do is I'll start on this big one and I'll finish it, and then we'll skip that one to show the end result for the smaller one. So here we go. All right, so as you can see, when my hands are painted too, the inside is colored black. I missed a couple of spots. Let me hit that. I'm gonna let that dry, and then I'll come back and I'll go over it with a darker brown and a lighter. I'll be right back after this dries, and we'll just start from there. We painted the larger hide with pretty much all black, less water acrylic. And we painted the other one to give it more of a rock look from the beginning. You can see that how we put more water into the black acrylic so that it gave it more of a washed look instead of a paint look. So the next thing that I'll be doing will be adding my darker brown and then going over it immediately with the lighter brown so that we can just kind of give it more of a naturalistic look. And for this one, we won't be doing anything else to it but sealing it. So I'll leave this one as is, but I'll be focusing on this one. So I know it's different sizes that are going on, but we are building 2 of the reptile hides at one time. So I'll just go right into that. Taking this that I got from Walmart for about $2, and I'll be putting that directly into my old deli cup. So now that that's done, you can see how it turned out. And so what I'll do from there is I'll just mix in this lighter color brown with this one and just blend them in. All right, guys, so this is our finished product for now. With all the paint, you can see the inside still black. There are some spots on it that are still black just to represent crevices that would be inside of, I guess this would be our wood. You can see I used the browns and just kind of mixed them in. There's no real rhyme or reason, like I said before in another video. You could paint this hot pink, you could paint it whatever color you want, but it's, you know, because Reptile, they don't see color, so you could actually paint it whatever color you want. It's just up to you. And then the other one looks like more of a rock structure, so this is more rocky looking. And what I'll do now is let this dry, and then I'll come back to you with the very next. All right, guys, so man, it's hot in Texas. I want to let y'all know that it's hot in Texas. And I want to get a shout out to all of the blue collar workers, especially the surveyors out there. You know, I represent the surveying group. So this is the finishing touches on this, guys. These are Reptile hides, and what I'll be using is a clear acrylic sealer that I picked up from Walmart from $8 to $10. It's a small can, about 6 ounces, but I think it's more than enough to apply 2 coats to this. I'm just going to show 1 coat. Then when I do the other coat, I won't put that on video, but then the next time you'll see it after that, it'll have a snake in. I'll start with the inside first on both of them. Stick it up good. You want to coat the entire thing if you can, and do this outside. Over, even though it's not dry, I'm still turning it over. The one that looks like the right over to this one, and coat this one as well. Yeah, but right now it's humid. My hair's sweating hard, man. Straight off work. There it is, guys. That's 1 coat. And now we'll definitely let this dry for about 8 hours, and then I'll come back and I'll put an additional coat on it. And we'll see what happens from there. But the next thing you know, I'll be showing you the finished product as I'm sweating. So, all right, guys, I'll see you in a little bit. Hey, guys, you can see how it turned out. And hopefully this is something that your animals will enjoy as well. And thanks for watching.